Last time on Restaurant Startup.
Are you selling burgers or are you selling sex?
We're selling the whole experience.
Baby's Badass Burgers was selected to take their food truck concept to the next level.
If you want to wait out there, just be a couple minutes.
Unfamiliar with the new stovetop, the partners decided to cook on their truck.
Start topping them, get these plates stacked up. This is ridiculous.
But the small mobile kitchen was no match for the demands of a real restaurant.
Where are these burgers?
Despite a disastrous start, the food
Mine was really good.
was a hit.
I would put $250,000 on the table.
And Baby's landed a deal to open their own restaurant. Will someone get a deal tonight? Joe Bastianich owns 30 restaurants and co-owns Italy, a high-end Italian market. Tim Love is a celebrity chef with 5 award-winning restaurants and a retail empire. They're both looking for the next food visionary, and they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. Each week, Joe and Tim will give one team $7,500 and 36 hours to turn this empty space into their dream restaurant. Then, they'll open their doors to the public.
It's really good. I really like it.
If one or both think there's serious profit to be made,
Flavor of that is awesome.
they'll offer to bankroll the business with their own money. Tonight, Joe and Tim have been checking out businesses around baked goods. 2 stood out.
It's time for me to make my own dough.
Help us take over the world one cone at a time.
One of them might walk out with a deal that could change their lives. This is Restaurant Startup. First up, Christine Tonkanow has run food and beverage in New York City hotels for nearly a decade. Now she's teamed up with her mom, Denise Tonkanow, and together they hope their unique twist on the waffle cone will turn into a new food trend.
Cones by K is completely reinventing the waffle cone. It's taking the cone to a completely new level.
Cones by K is unique because not only do we put ice cream in our cones, but we put food. Bacon and eggs, meatballs, and tomato sauce. Absolutely delicious.
And there we have it, our waffle cone.
This moment is probably one of the most important moments of my life because I do need investment to grow. The whole concept, I think, is just brilliant. I mean, I'm not calling myself a genius, but I kind of am.
I'm Denise Tonkanow, and this is my daughter, Christine. And this is the incredible, talented creator of Cones by K.
Cones by K is completely reinventing the waffle cone. And it's not just for ice cream anymore.
Take my delicious meatballs and tomato sauce, put it in a cone that's infused with garlic and parsley. This is an all-in-one meal, ready to eat. You don't need a plate, a fork, a spoon.
We want our cones to be as recognizable as the taco or hot dog, becoming a multi-billion-dollar business. So, help us take over the world one cone at a time.
How much money do you want?
And what percentage are we going to get?
I am looking for $250,000, and I am willing to negotiate 20% equity in my business.
For what?
We envision a restaurant in the downtown New York City area, about 1,000 to 1,500 square feet, serving both sweet and savory cones.
Yeah, do you sell this at all right now?
We are selling them in street fairs in New York City.
Let's taste it.
Sure.
Let's taste it.
Of course.
And you eat this without silverware, right?
Correct.
That's going to be interesting. So, what do we have?
We have the bacon and eggs, which is a bacon and maple syrup cone filled with the gooey cheese with the eggs.
Scrambled eggs are good. It's like a Grand Slam breakfast in a cone. This is kind of hard to eat without a fork.
No, I think I might go with a fork.
And then we have the Uncle D, which is an ode to my Uncle Dennis, who is the meatball king of Staten Island.
The meatballs are great.
It is a garlic and parsley cone.
They all have some sort of element of sugar in them.
Yes.
Seems sweet.
Yes,
Kind of weird.
Yeah, it doesn't play well.
Can you make them completely savory?
I'm working on a recipe that does not have any sugar that can still give me the perfect consistency of the waffle cone.
That is going to be really important if you expect this to work.
Okay.
So, what's your culinary background?
I have 9 years of experience running hotel food and beverage operations.
What did you do in those hotels?
So everything from room service manager to food and beverage director.
You were F&B director of a hotel.
I was.
Was it profitable?
Very.
Who is the cook? Who makes the meatballs?
We share that. We share that responsibility.
You're going to work there?
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
I recently retired. I'm looking for my next venture. I'm ready to go.
Tell me about the logo.
I wanted the cone very apparent. I wanted blues. I wanted lighter colors.
To me, with the light blue color, it says that there's no savory element to that at all. You've got bright colors that make me say, I want to put some sherbet in the cone.
It's very ice cream.
It says ice cream.
That's true. What really is missing here is like a very identifiable brand. Cones by K, it's not as powerful as it needs to be.
Yeah, I get what you want to say, like, it's cones by me. What he's saying is, figure out some sort of unique name that describes what you're doing with the cone.
But if we look at, like, the cronuts phenomenon, that is an incredible use of two words to create a brand that identifies with something that's very specific. They own that market. Anyone else who makes it will be ripping them off. How do you stop that from happening?
We are the first.
You're the first.
We're getting it done.
Okay. What did you gross last year?
$6,000.
$6,000.
Yes.
What are you projecting to gross this next year?
About $532,000 in sales in the first year.
Tell me how you reach that.
So we are averaging about 150 cones per day. On average is about $9.
That's about $1,500 a day. So you're going to open a store in New York for $250,000.
Yes.
So what are you budgeting for rent?
We've kind of budgeted for about $10,000 a month in rent. I actually went with commercial realtors and looked at spaces.
$10,000 a month? That'll get you a nice two-bedroom. Then how much is your store going to cost?
You know, depending on the physical condition of the store, the numbers, of course, may vary. As you know, you can walk in, it could be beautiful, or it may not be.
So what are you spinning here? Like, if you're telling me you're going to gross $532,000 and pay $10,000 a month rent, your occupancy costs are over 20% of your revenue. So that means either the model doesn't work, the price point doesn't work, or it's not sustainable in that market. All right, we have a lot to think about. Thank you for the delicious scrambled eggs and meatballs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next up, Jackie Mazza is a talented baker from New Jersey. Her best friend, Christina Halper, is a public relations expert. Jackie's bread has been a hit at specialty shops and farmers markets, but they need funds to open their own store.
Mead is an artisan bread company based in New Jersey that makes the most delicious, unique breads around.
If Mead had their own bake shop, she would be able to keep her equipment there. Would she be able to employ a staff and supply bread to so many more businesses?
Delicious. This is the biggest opportunity of my life. I have my best friend with me, ready to go out there and crush this.
What do you got for us?
I'm Jackie. I'm the owner of Mead, an artisan bread and baked goods brand based out of Central New Jersey. Once you try our goods, you are so deliciously screwed. I'm a classically trained pastry chef, and 2 years ago, I left my job as head baker at an artisan bread company in New York City to start my own business. I decided it was time for me to make my own dough.
Is it just a bread shop, or where does this idea go?
It would be like a cafe. We would sell coffee.
In the same premises as the bakery?
Yes, yes.
We want it to be a place where people feel at home, and we want it to be this affordable luxury.
And what do you do?
I am a PR person, and I would be brought on as a marketing person to help her.
How much money do you want?
We're looking for a $250,000 investment.
And you're going to give us what for our $250,000?
35%.
I can tell you this. There's a lot of people who make really good bread.
You can't get quality bread like this readily available in most places in this country.
What's going to make it unique? What's the hook?
Breads that are made from scratch, no preservatives.
So you don't have a hook.
That's not a hook,
You're selling yourself, it seems like.
We're selling an experience. Because I have so much passion and love what I do, that comes through.
Let's taste
Let's taste the bread.
Okay.
So, what do we have here on the plate?
This is a cracked wheat fat boy.
I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
Spectacular
Thank you.
name.
This is our wheat bread studded with coarse bulgur.
It's good. It's got a nice crunchiness. You can taste the cracked wheat. It's got a richness. It's got a toasty wheat, very wheaty. Tell us about the pretzel.
So the pretzel is a white flour, wheat flour mix. There's a little bit of European butter mixed in.
Good. Those are like the best pretzel I've ever had.
Thank you.
Big chunks of salt are really great.
How much did you sell? $2 for this pretzel?
Uh-huh.
So like wholesale, what would it?
Wholesale, I sell them for 75.
75
Cents?
cents?
75
I'll
cents.
give you a standing order for $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
And this?
That's the walnut date bread. The dates are soaked in a Pinot Noir. It's a walnut-studded bread.
Oh my God.
That's delicious.
I'm in love.
The bread's good.
Thank you.
Right?
Need Baked Goods is a good name.
Thank you.
I like the logo. I like the simplicity of it. I like everything about it.
Thank you.
So why does your dough need our dough?
I live with my parents, and it is time to cut the cord.
Oh, boy.
This is not Italy. So Let's talk about money. What does it cost to bake this bread?
The Fat Boy is about 50 cents.
And the date?
65 cents.
What do you sell it for?
So the Fat Boy is $6 a loaf, and the walnut date is $7. Retail?
Retail prices.
Yes, those
and
are
wholesale,
retail
50,
prices.
half of that, 50%?
They're $4 a loaf.
So you have good margin.
So we open your brick and mortar. What's your sales projection?
For the first year is $275,000. So with a check average of $8, we'll need about $14,000 a month to cover operational costs.
Tell me what kind of equipment you need to buy.
Okay, so I need steam-injected deck ovens. They're about $25,000 a piece. Currently, I'm operating with one. I need 4 convection ovens.
$250,000 is bare bones outfit for a bakery.
Yes.
You talk about like a 60-quart Hobart, you know, with the dough hook. You're talking about some sort of a decent deck oven. I know what it is because I have a bakery. So I think that your budget, quite frankly, is a little bit light.
Okay.
Because we're talking about a serious bakery now, if we're going to
Yes.
How good are you with numbers?
I'm okay with numbers.
How good are you at running a business?
I'm getting better.
All right, so let us talk this over, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Bye. Yeah, bread's top notch.
So we've heard 2 compelling pitches, but we can only give one of you the opportunity to bring your business to reality.
One of you will be given $7,500 of our money, and we'll have 36 hours to bring your business concept to reality here in Los Angeles. Jackie, you have a lot of pros and cons to your business. The pros are that you're obviously a very, very talented baker, and your bread is really good. It makes the difference. I think that the cons are that you're in a super competitive market. You don't really have a hook. At the end of the day, you're just selling bread. I also think the infrastructure costs are way more than you're estimating.
Okay.
Christine, for you, your pros are, we think you take a product that's like old and turning it into something new and fresh. Now the cons, we don't really know if this reinvention of the cone is going to be, you know, another version of the cronut. We don't know. We feel like that it's just a little bit high risk beyond what I would even normally take.
And what happens with high risk is high return or big losses.
Now we're going to decide who we give the opportunity to.
Two teams with innovative approaches to traditional baked goods. One has redefined the waffle cone. The other has given bread a makeover. Both are looking for restaurant funding. Now Joe and Tim must decide which concept has the greatest potential for financial success.
There can only be one group that gets the opportunity to launch their deal right here, this space.
What do you bet on? Someone who wants to change the world or someone who wants to feed the masses? It's as close as it's been for us. It's a photo finish.
Both of you have a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of ambition. Both of them are great ideas, but there can only be one group that gets the opportunity. So that group is Cones by K.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you very much, Jackie.
Thank you
I
very much so much.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
America, I want you to try my cones, and I hope that the investors will invest in me, but actually, I know they will.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
We're
Welcome
excited
to
to see
Los
this
Angeles.
happen.
We're very, very excited.
Hopefully to spend our money the right way.
There's a lot riding on this opportunity. This is really my chance to take my concept from the small home street fair version and really bring it to life.
We've got a lot of work to do. We expect to see you here bright and early at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
We'll be here.
Perfect. We'll
So
be
get
here.
some sleep. You're going to need it.
We will.
Okay, here it goes.
All right.
Ready? Wow. Oh, I can't wait to see it with color, right?
It's crazy to be opening a restaurant in 36 hours. We need to prep food and make cones. I have to do my budget. I have to do the design. It's a lot of pressure right now. Why don't you use 2 blues?
2 blues.
Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations, Cones by Kay.
Thank you so much.
I'm Waylon. I am the consultant for Joe and Tim.
Super.
Waylon Lucas, a pastry chef who built her own brand of baked donuts, the Phonut, will help Christine and Denise prep for the launch.
3 very important things Tim and Joe are going to be looking for. Taste. Does your food taste good and is it creative? Branding. Does your logo speak true to your concept? And can you design a space that is inviting and explains what your concept is? Growth potential. Do you have a solid business plan and can your business grow and be profitable? I am going to hand you this ledger to keep track of how you are spending every single last penny of their money. The first thing you need to do is go see the graphic designer because they did not like the name Cones by K.
Okay.
Christine and Denise look to create a strong new identity
Let's go.
and claim ownership of the waffle cone with a complete rebrand.
Joe and Tim didn't think that Cones by K really gave our product a very clear identity.
Okay.
So we kind of like the name Combinations.
It's a little lengthy. Maybe that's something that you can play with in your menu.
Okay.
I mean, you need to look at it in a bigger picture. When you look at branding, it says something about you and your company. You've evolved, it needs to evolve as well.
Cone meals, something with the word meals, but meals kind of means food and not dessert.
Cone
Cones
treats.
were treats is more sweet, though.
Sweet. Artisanal.
Or the conery.
Conery.
It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's clever.
So then, your logo, it screams sweet. To me, the first thing that comes to mind is a triangle. There's the waffle pattern, thinking in terms of geometry.
This is really cool because that is the brand.
I'll start playing around.
With a new name picked, Karen gets to work on logo ideas.
I'll have some samples for you soon.
Appreciate it.
Meanwhile, the team hustles back to the restaurant to meet with the interior designer.
It really has to be something that is going to wow Joe and Tim.
We want this to be a really visual experience.
We had pictures of our cones, and we thought maybe we could blow them up, put them into frames, and hang them around.
Have you picked any colors you like?
What if we chose maybe 2 different hues of blue?
In this range here?
Yeah. I know Joe and Tim think blue isn't necessarily a food color, but I don't care. I want the walls blue. I think it's going to look great.
Having decided on the interior design of the restaurant, Christine and Denise start prepping food for their lunch.
I really want to see your complete menu.
Okay.
I'm going to come back in 2 hours to take a look at the full completed menu, new savory cones, fillings, everything. And in that time, I'm going to see if you can completely remove the sugar from the cones, because that was something that Joe and Tim did not like.
Okay. Waylon wants us to make all 6 menu items for her right now in 2 hours, and I have to make sure that that cone is really savory. We have to take out the sugar of the savory cones.
And replace it with?
I think we might try it with some corn syrup. This type of corn syrup is less sweet than normal sugar, and it still gives the consistency a little bit. Then we can start infusing it. Yeah. So let's give this a try. I really, really hope this works.
It will work.
All right, well, we have a good consistency. It's staying. All right. So the moment of truth.
Yes, shall we? No sugar.
It's not sweet.
Now you have to put your herbs and spices into it to make it special.
Christine and Denise have come up with a recipe for a truly savory cone, but now have just an hour to prepare their entire menu for Waylon.
How about you start with the meatballs and the chicken, and I'll start on the cones.
Okay, sounds good. Do you have measuring spoons?
We don't need them.
1-inch pieces when I cut up the chicken?
Like little slithers of it. Things were very hectic in the kitchen. We had a very short amount of time to make it happen. So I was doing things without measuring. I was just like eyeballing things.
Okay, what else has to be done? We have to plate them.
Hello.
Hello.
I see cones in the making. After 2 hours in the kitchen, Denise and Christine have made a huge mess. It says that they are sloppy and disorganized. It's one thing to prep for a street fair. It's something entirely different to prep for an actual restaurant. So all of the cones that have the savory items are the cones that you perfected the recipe.
No sugar.
No sugar.
None at all.
Completely savory. I liked the flavor. It's really nice. All right.
So we have an everything cone. So it's a play on an everything bagel. Inside, we have some whipped cream cheese, smoked salmon, sliced tomatoes,
This guy right here.
So this is the Mexicone salad, red chili cone. And inside of this is some lime chicken, lettuce, tomato, black beans, Mexican crema on top.
This tastes bland. What's the seasoning on the chicken?
Chili powder, cayenne, just a mixture of all.
A mixture of what exactly? There's no room for error, there's no room for guessing. And Joe and Tim are going to be looking over these things with a fine-tooth comb. I know in my bakery, I can tell you exactly how much a teaspoon of sugar costs, how much an egg costs. So I can really truly see that every single last penny is accounted for. So kind of tell me how you do it. You have like hard recipes with portion control, amounts, everything that you calculate.
Inside of the cones, we, 3 ounces of salmon. We know this is 2 eggs. Are they written down as they should be? Not exactly. I'll be honest with you.
Without properly measuring and having concise recipes for your food, you can't get an accurate food cost. You can't figure out your price margin and your profit, and that will destroy a restaurant. Did you measure the 3 ounces of salmon?
Yes.
You are gonna sit here and look me right in my eyes and tell me that everything that was made from the cones to the fillings was absolutely measured and is spot on.
Yes.
You're telling me if I go back there right now, there's going to be measuring cups in the kitchen that you were using to make this?
There's tons of measuring cups.
Okay, let's check out the kitchen. A kitchen doesn't lie. I don't see any measuring cups or measuring spoons anywhere right now. I don't even understand. You're trying to open up a business, and you can be this careless with this. What's to say that you couldn't be that careless with everything else? Christine, I'd like to have a word with you up front. You should be nervous about, everything that I saw and said in there. I am gonna tell Joe and Tim what I saw. You are not being honest with me. My gut is to pull the plug on this whole thing right now.
Precise accounting for budgets and recipes is crucial in the restaurant business and can mean the difference between profit and loss, success and failure.
You have measuring spoons?
We don't need them.
Under time pressure, Christine decided to improvise in the kitchen, and Waylon is threatening to shut her down.
What happened in there?
Things you pointed out, I know. I know what you're saying, 100%. But, there's no time to fix anything.
Are you really, do you really want this? Is this really what you, are you feeling it? I really want you to succeed, but I gotta be honest with you. I am gonna tell Joe and Tim, what I saw, and it was embarrassing.
I don't want you to think, or anyone to think, that I don't care, because that's not it at all. And I mean, I care very much. So it's very hard. The whole process is really hard. So
I know it's hard.
It's really difficult. I'm going to take everything that you said, and really kind of hone in on these areas and keep the damn kitchen clean, measure everything. I'm going to do my absolute best.
I'm going to give you a second chance. You guys need to start prepping for tomorrow. Joe and Tim will expect a professional kitchen for the launch.
I'm going to start on the cones.
I'm going to start the sauce and the meatballs.
Okay.
Waylon talked to Christine, and she really kicked her ass. I mean, she put Christine in different gear. And I'm grateful for that, because Christine needed that little bit of a jolt.
I think we need to be really exact with our measuring.
I'm measuring everything on the scale.
Great. We need to take the feedback Waylon gave us and apply it. Teaspoon minced onion. The cost efficiency and all the ingredients really need to be very specific. Okay, so how many of each cone do we think we're going to serve?
I have no idea.
I think the biggest challenge is not knowing how many people to expect. We don't want to run out of anything, but we also don't want to waste money on food that could not be eaten. I didn't quite know if it would be enough.
As the day winds down, the Conery's new logo has yet to be finalized.
What do you think?
I like it. I like the typeface, if you're happy with that one.
Yes.
I do too.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like that. I like the
I think it's a bit more whimsical. It's fun. I like the blue better than the yellow.
This one right there.
Can we make that blue a tiny bit brighter?
More saturate, like that.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. We wanted to add this panel.
So you're adding 1,000 for the interior. The awning and the 2 logos is $11.85. And then my fee's at $65 an hour. That brings the total to $3,095.
I think Joe and Tim will really like the logo. It's much different from the previous one and really encompasses that we're doing sweet and savory cones.
Logo and graphics cost $3,095. That takes a big chunk out of their $7,500 budget.
Oh, yeah.
The interior designer arrives with the furniture for the restaurant and to review the design budget.
Oh, wow.
Hey, ladies, how are you?
Hello,
to see you.
good.
Chairs and tables are here. Everything's coming in right now.
The pictures look good, too. The quality looks really pretty. I think they're going to look delicious.
It jumps out at you.
We've got our tables and chairs, 8 frames.
Interior design costs are $3,380, and the food bill is $350, leaving a budget surplus of $675. With final costs in place, Christine turns her attention to her business plan. The investors were particularly concerned with the cost of the store Christine plans to rent.
We're looking at a space 500 to 600 square feet downtown. The second part of the money is the facility in Brooklyn. I need to get some type of facility that's producing the cones in big bulk, because to hand roll them like this is time consuming.
I need to split this business in two and manufacture the cones off-site.
We want this money, we want the partners. I mean, it's really important that we get this.
It's launch day. Customers arrive in just a matter of hours. Denise and Christine need to prove the Conery makes good food and great business sense.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it's all come together. It's here. Oh, my God. I can't wait.
I'm scared, though.
I know, I'm very nervous. Very nervous.
So this is it. I have a pit in my stomach thinking of everything that's going to happen. There's still so much to do. This investment is so important to me. It's my dream. Hi.
To help with their lunch service, the Conery is provided with a staff of 6.
So let's keep 2 outside and give me the other 4 for the back. I'm really happy to have 6 people here to help me. I'm feeling good, but really nervous.
The investors arrive just ahead of the customers.
The Conery. No, they changed the name.
Yeah, that's good.
And they'll be watching to see if Christine and Denise can handle a real restaurant.
Hello, Waylon.
Hello.
How are you?
How's it going?
Good.
How have your days been with our lady cone friends?
The days have been challenging.
Did they add in more savory stuff?
They did.
Good. So the cones are actually not sweet anymore?
Yes. The savory cones are not sweet anymore.
Is this more of a quick serve or is it more of a restaurant style
This is
experience?
definitely much more of a quick service restaurant.
So no waitress service, no nothing.
No waitress
it's all counter
service.
service.
Well, let's go outside and take a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
It's very blue.
Super blue. Not one of my favorite colors in a restaurant.
Even the color, like, really kind of speaks to me either about sweets or
bubblegum ice cream.
Bubblegum ice cream.
The photos are nice, though.
I mean, and the photos are primarily of savory.
Savory.
That looks like a...
That looks like the Mexican.
Then you got the bacon one, a meatball. That's the one I'm
Parmesan
looking
at the
for.
top.
We could go in the kitchen next. All right.
Okay.
What we got?
This is what you prep for. This is enough for me, you, and him to eat.
Yeah.
Then when the rest of the people come, I don't know where you're going to get the food, but you need to figure that out.
Okay.
We don't want to run out of cones
You
today.
got to be ready for this. This is not a home kitchen. It's a restaurant. You have 6 people working for you. Get them organized, get some production, and let's make some more food.
We will.
We don't have enough food prepared.
There's a lot of money at stake here, so you can't freak out in front of the investors, no matter what. You have a smile on your face, maintaining composure and keeping cool under every situation. Okay, let's do it.
The front doors open in 15 minutes, and Christine has everyone scrambling to prepare more food.
Anything in this refrigerator that we can prep, get everything working so that we can serve as many cones as possible. Behind.
We have to up our game. You better make more.
Yeah, we are. I'm really nervous that we're going to run out of cones. I don't know if you've ever made waffle cones before, but we give it a night. You're shaking your head, yes, thank God. I'm freaking out.
Coming up.
This is all we have left.
She didn't make enough cones.
I need to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
You need to tell me what the hell is going on.
In 15 minutes, Christine and Denise will open to the public, and they've not prepared enough food. Now they're in a mad dash trying to make up for lost time.
Just anything that you see, just triple it as much as you can. Mom, can you take this off? You're now in the front of the house. Bye.
How many chicken? Do we have enough chicken? We can make more chicken.
We'll figure it out.
Mom,
I'm going.
it's go time.
Now open for business. Denise greets guests as they arrive.
Welcome to the coterie.
In the back, Christine and the kitchen crew work feverishly to prepare for the lunch rush.
Okay, just keep cooking, it's gonna come.
May I do the bacon and egg? Yep. The Mexicone? Sure. And then the dad uncle?
The cones themselves are infused with flavor.
That's the first one.
Okay, guys, we have an Uncle D, we have a meatball cone and a Mexicone. Please, people start to come in and start ordering, and tickets are coming in. We were on point. We were all flowing as a team. It's exciting. We have the Mexicone and the Uncle D for the first one. One Mexicone. Yeah. One Uncle D.
It's something I've never really tasted before. It's really good. I really like it.
And what do you think?
It's delicious.
But I want to see if this is really a big idea or just a trend.
Just a novelty.
A novelty.
Yeah.
Well, look what you did. You took everything out of the cone and didn't eat the cone itself.
Because it just was...
Exactly.
It was a challenge.
It fell apart.
Yeah.
Ladies, what do you think of the cones? The conery.
Really good. The cones that have flavors added into it. It's not just like plain cone. I think it's really good.
Oh, okay, cool.
I really like that.
What do you think?
It's kind of hard to eat them. They said that you could just take it on the road. I don't think so.
Joe and Tim warned Christine about prepping enough food for the lunch crowd, and about halfway through their opening, they're proven correct.
How many orders do we have left? One. We've run out of chicken, so what we can say is that we're still serving the Mexicone. Unfortunately, we don't have chicken. You know, it's going to be without the chicken, and see if that's all right.
They're out of chicken.
This is all we have left. Tell Morgan we're 86 little chocolate cone. Food is running out. There was so much going on. I had so many tickets in the window, but the investors can't know what's going on behind the scenes, or else there's no way Joe and Tim will choose to invest. Mom, listen to me. Go on the floor, talk to people, apologize.
There are people out there waiting. Do you want me to stop the people, or do you want me to keep going? I need to know. You need to tell me what the hell is going on. When Christine is under pressure, she's like a pressure cooker. You don't go near her.
Christine, what's happening?
Lots happening, a lot.
Yeah? How's our supply holding up?
We're working on the cones. That's the biggest challenge at the moment. They do need a little time to set, so that makes me a little nervous.
I thought we talked about that earlier, about making some more
As soon as you mentioned it, we started. They need to be produced, they need to be cooled. That's a big factor.
We're having a little bit of trouble with that. We can't make 50 cones, is a problem. I'm never going to make any money doing that, neither are you. We're having some troubles back here.
What's going on? There's people waiting for
yeah, no, we're running out of cones. And
what?
She didn't make enough cones, so we're out of the garlic cone
How
already.
can you not make enough cones? Wait a second.
That's what I said.
Can you give me a realistic ETA on production? Because I'm not going to let any more people in to just wait. We're going to have pissed off people either way. I need to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
The conery's packed. Christine did not prep enough food and is running out of ingredients.
We have run out of chicken.
Joe and Tim are looking for answers.
I need to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There's definitely light
All right,
at the
so
end of the
then
tunnel.
give me an ETA. Give me an ETA until we're going to be caught up. Is it like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay. Joe and Tim were both very tough on us, but I understand why. Things were very hectic in the kitchen, but we are tough Italian women. You do things wrong, you fix it, you pick up, and you go. 2 Uncle D's, 1 bacon, and a Mexicone. Guys, let's just catch up 1 second.
I'd like to try it firsthand and see if I could actually eat a cone. Hello.
Hi.
We are finally ready to eat some cones.
And I'm hungry.
Uncle D, a New York, and a Mexicone. This is Joe and Tim. When the investor's ticket came in, I knew it had to look beautiful and be perfect regardless of the chicken or not. Because there is a lot on the line here.
When I first thought about ask and come out here and launch this thing, I was thinking about ball games. I was thinking about street carts. I mean, the next great American hot dog, you know, that's kind of like, that's what I want to invest in. I want to know
what's the new hot dog bar?
What's the next hot dog?
The other question is, are they going to make our food in time? The greatest thing about what the cone would be? Fast.
Holly, this is Joe and Tim's order.
Go ahead. All right, my friend, which one do you want? That one? I'm going to start with the New York cone. I don't taste the sugar.
Good. Everything in here is fresh, but clearly it's suffering from not having the chicken in it. The flavor of these new savory cones are actually quite delicious. As I'm watching them, people are trying to eat it, right?
Well, people are liking it. People like the food.
I think the food inside the cone is good.
That meatball recipe is off the charts. Question is, does it work in a cone?
Yeah.
The launch is over. The doors are locked. It's time for decisions from Joe and Tim.
Here's my pros. I really liked how you guys took everything that we said and acted upon it. I mean, the cones, I felt like, were more savory in general. I also liked the logo change. It's a large improvement. I really like how you acted under pressure today. So I thought it was really impressive.
Thank you.
It makes me want to get my wallet out. The cons were the colors, like the blue, and the blue is just a rough restaurant color for me. You weren't real prepared.
Yes.
Running out of food. Didn't really have the opportunity to make more cones because we were behind on the cones. And my concern is we're selling cones to people, and I don't want to run out of cones.
Right.
We gave the survey out, and we've tallied some of that up. So today, food quality, 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, that's
No, I
good.
mean, that's pretty good. The experience, 8 out of 10. The average, really good. The only thing striking here to me was the ease of eating the product. 42% said that it was easy to eat. Some people are picking up a glass, putting their cone in a glass.
I saw that. They don't understand it yet.
The real reason that they didn't eat is because the cones break apart when you bite into them.
That's a problem.
The ease of eating the product. That's what our whole purpose is with these cones, is right? It's about
ergonomics.
That's right. And I think that's a struggle we all kind of saw. Joe?
As an investor of people, I think that you guys have a lot of potential. This is a big idea. I think that what might be considered as cons in this deal are that you guys don't have a lot of F&B experience.
I have a lot of front of the house experience.
You may think so, but
Very big portion of my life.
you're 27 years old. How much experience could you really have?
9 years.
Okay, well, I've spent a little bit longer than that, and so with all due respect, Mrs. 27-year-old, very experienced restaurant lady, I think that it takes a lot of life experience to run a restaurant, especially if it's a restaurant that I'm going to put my money into.
Let's go over one more time what you're asking and what you're offering to us, please.
Okay. So I had mentioned when we last met, $250 and 20%. So our plan has changed a little bit, considering that we've now added in a facility where we'll make our cones to decrease the size, the square footage of a conery in New York, and to do something a bit smaller, maybe 500 to 600 square feet. So my number is $325, and my
$325,000 is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And what would you do with my money?
We are going to open up a conery in New York. The second part of the money is the facility in Brooklyn.
Well, what are you willing to give for that?
You know, my $325, it's not based on a business valuation. What I'm saying is that this is what I need to start my business. With more money added, I'm willing to negotiate more equity in the business.
Oh, stop the dance. Put out a number. What are you willing to give up? We need to figure that. We need to know that.
This is the point of no return here.
I mean, just put an offer on the table so we can evaluate it.
So what am I willing to give up?
That's exactly why we're here.
I mean, just put an offer on the table so we can evaluate it.
30%.
30.
30%.
Okay, that's a starting point.
30%.
That's $1 million valuation. Interesting. I happen to like you very much, Christine, because I am a New Yorker like you. I appreciate your very, very aggressive and ambitious attitude. I think that you are the purest form of a food entrepreneur, someone with a big idea and who wants to get big things out of it. If you could invent the next vessel for food consumption, then you have a massive, massive idea. Am I convinced that this is the next food vessel? And will I invest in cones? The answer to that is no. Even though the food was really, really good, your ability to really change the way people consume food, I didn't see it. This, for me, was about the cone.
I like the cone. I do. I'm willing to give you the $325,000.
Okay.
But I'm going to be 51% no matter what. The reason for that is, just in what I saw today, clearly there needs to be some real guidance. And to make sure that I have the guidance there, I need to make sure that I own the business. So I would give you an opportunity to buy that back out. But I have to be in charge of this business, I think, in the beginning, at least, in order for me to give you $325,000. Would you be willing to give up 51%?
I respect you and your experience and your knowledge and what you're bringing to the table. But I am starting this business because I want to build something huge. I don't like the idea of being an employee of my own business.
You know, I understand that. But if I can't have 51%, then I have to say, man, I'm just not going to be in the cone business. Good luck to you.
All right.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
I knew Christine wouldn't take it. He wanted to be in control. That's what threw it. This is her dream, and I believe she should run it the way she wants. And they missed out on having a great business partner.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
I think Joe and Tim missed out on a very big opportunity with the conery. I am still going to go with this concept and open up a conery in New York City.
Tuesday night is deal night.
This is not a good idea.
The Sharks bare their teeth.
Theyese offers are ridiculous.
They're real offers.
15 seconds left.
Sit down. How rude is that?
Shark Tank coming up next.
That was nasty.
CNBC. Get cooking and be a part of the conversation on Twitter. #RestaurantStartup.